Hello, Eva Mais here. Today we're going to be talking about how to flow on the wooden dummy. You've probably been through situations where you try to flow and inevitably you end up just repeating the same moves, maybe the same sections of the form, and you kind of hit that impasse. You don't know where to go from there. Today we're going to try to explore some ideas and try different approaches to the wooden dummy flow. Stay tuned. One of the ideas that I was playing around with was when I first got this wooden dummy, and just going through the forms and everything, and I seem to always end up doing the same sequences, and I couldn't get out of that rut. And for us, if we want to explore these ideas, it's important that we, of course, still adhere to Wing Chun principles. We're not going to violate that, but we gotta kind of use our imagination. And that is not to say that we are going to start making up moves or different sections or anything to that extent, but rather we will borrow the ideas from other sections and try to build it in any particular section that you want to focus on. For us, just to stay consistent with the previous videos, I was just mainly showing parts of the first section. So let's go to the first section first, and then we're gonna start filling in those gaps and just kind of try to flow. Again, it's a free flow idea. Okay. And then we're still going to try to stay consistent with the proper energy that we're using in the wooden dummy. So we're still going to be looking at a structure, at our angles and things like that, but we're going to add some other elements from other sections. So here's a simple idea for you to consider. For example, if we are starting here, we are hitting here, and we are pulling, we come to this shape here. So what you can do here, you have options. So you can actually from here, instead of going here, you can go into your one cell here. And now you have options here. You can go here, right? Or here, and you can go to your cow sow palm strike. So those are some ideas how you can switch. And we, as you notice, we're staying consistent with the moves that we find in the form, or moves that you might not necessarily find in the wooden dummy form, but you're borrowing them from other Wing Chun form, right? So that's one idea. You can start with this again. Now we're here. Instead of going to the Quan Sao like the first time, maybe you can do something from section 5, right? Why not? Right? From here you can go to, right, another section. From here you can go to your third section, and maybe you can go to your sixth section, right? Okay, from here you can go again to your closing, and now you have a nice little flow here, right? Explore ideas like that. So we can go here, and we can go in the opposite direction, right? We don't always have to follow, the same ideas. From here we can go into section 4, right? We go into our Popeye strikes. Maybe you want to do something different. You can combine the pull with the strikes from section 5. Yeah, right? There is no limitation. So just your imagination is your guide, right? So we talked about how to move from, you go into the flow, you can go to this side, or you can go back to this side, or you can go back with a Kwanzaa to this side, right? We can just start adding elements from the section. So if you're here, you can go immediately to these type of movements, right? You can go here, here, and you are playing now with that stationary energy. You're staying in one place, up high, right? You can go back here. You can play with your Chun styles. You're still stationary. Even here, we're kind of shifting, but we're still standing in front of the dummy, right? Section 2, we have these. Right? These ideas, those strikes. But it's important that you understand what you're doing. So if I am doing these back styles, so my shift is, as much as it's needed to control this arm. If the arms were a little narrower, I would go up to here. I'm not trying to break the arm and send it that way. All I'm trying to do is, go up to my center, basically controlling the center, okay, or controlling the energy. In the dummy, it's kind of hard to see that. You have to envision the punch coming towards you, and you're just kind of moving it to where your center will not be, and you controlling it there. Okay, so I'm doing this. See, again, play with those ideas how to control the arms. So, when you're going here, make those movements minimal. So, if you are striking, for example, here, so the better option, rather than to go like this, right, when you are detaching yourself for a space here from the arm, I want to control this arm and strike at the same time. So I'm going to use the arm as a slide, and this way I control it too. Right, so it's kind of a little bit of a controlling energy here. I don't know if you would call it Pakso or Wusa or whatever, but it's just stopping it here, right? Or maybe this is the Jatsao back. But again, sliding up. Yeah. Then you can play with that again, that idea of rising energy, sinking, rising, sinking, rising, shifting, sinking, shifting, right? You can't, a lot of people like to use this tool as a demonstration for their speed. Honestly, it's not my preferred method to train on the dummy, because you kind of learning just to do things quick and fast, and you don't necessarily pay attention to your structure. So if we we want to show how fast we can do it. Yeah. So we are kind of we can still be consistent with the shapes and stuff. It doesn't give me as much satisfaction because I don't, here I feel more connection with the dummy when I'm thinking about every roll here, thinking about the energy, right? I'm going and I'm thinking about my body. I'm thinking about my relaxation in relation to the body posture and the strikes. Am I too tense? Am I too using too much of my own power versus just letting the body go, using the inertia of the or even what the dummy is giving back to me, using that energy, using the inertia of my of my of my of my angles, right? So I like to be mindful of all of that. I like to feel that these shapes that I am controlling, I'm seeing what the opponent is doing to me, and I'm trying to accordingly envision how will I make that minimum movement, and at the same time effectively controlling the adversary, right? So and when you do it real fast, there's a lot of things to think about. Probably if you get in a fight, that's when you're really trying to go fast, because fight is evolving real quick. You could train fights sometime, but don't make it a habit, right? Make sure that those strikes are clean. If, like for example, if I'm here, if I'm doing a cow cell, how far does my elbow extend? Do I want to go this way? Is this enough? How does my body move in relation to my elbow? Am I grounded enough? How is my weight shifting from this leg, for example, to this leg when I do this type of movements, right? Is my arm tense? And you start thinking about every piece of your arm, and even the hand as the arm's extension. In my company, I have a role of use of force trainer. For a while, I was doing regional training for use of force, self-defense, handcuffing, OC spray, and things like that. Many times we do have demonstrations that we have students holding, those big shields, body shields. They put in front of them, and you can kick and you strike, and you'd be surprised how much even this Wing Chun punch, and demonstrate. I hear many times that, oh, these Wing Chun punches, those are patty cake punches. I think it's mostly people repeating themselves, and they make it into almost like a common understanding that these are some type of sissy punches, whatever. Train those punches. So if you have your body behind you, you will see how powerful they are. So a lot of people say those are not knockout punches, especially if you're fast. Train them. You will see these punches can be very, very powerful. Very powerful. It can knock a person out if you know how to properly do them. No, I would agree. If you just do a flurry of punches, right? So those are mainly coming from if you're stationary, and they are coming from your arms. And no matter how fast you go, they still cause an impact. They're still not pleasant punches, right? But those are, I wouldn't say those are knockout punches. But if you come in the first, right? So you do 1, 2, 3. Now you're generating that inertia. So and then why am I talking about all this? Because of when we are free flowing, we don't want to always fall into the same rut, and we don't want to always be just wooden dummy form focused, right? Explore within the forms these different principles, so you can throw a punch. Why not? If you can throw a punch here in the form, why can't you throw them here, right? And this is actually a fine guide. It will actually force you to stay within your prescribed limits, right? So it's forcing you to properly throw those punches, so your elbows are not too wide when you're throwing them, or you're not punching down, punching straight and relax. Kind of force here to drop. See that? Drop the elbow, so the other punch can go in there. So just so you can play with those ideas when you're free flow, right? So again, if we come back to that now, a wooden dummy flow, we start here, strike. Okay, so you're now thinking, okay, I can do this. So from here, I can just go into section 5. Okay, so from here, I can go probably into section 7. Here, sitting gun cells. So I can go into my section 4. Here, I can go into my section 6, right? From here, maybe I can throw another kick and go into, my section. Well, basically, it would be the same like this kick, but it would be kind of like from this side. So this would be mainly, your creativity, knowing how to throw that kick, right? Here, or you can, here, or you can go here, you can go here. You just need to stop limiting yourself to where, oh, what side is this? Does this represent left side or right side? And you got to be envisioning where your opponent has moved. Those are just some simple ideas, some simple concepts, guys, that you can utilize. Don't limit yourself. Train soundly, and use that creativity, use that imagination in the approach of free flowing. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I hope it just gave you maybe just one new idea. Maybe it wasn't an eye-opening lesson, but if you picked up one piece out of it and help you learn how to flow or enhance your flowing, then I'm all good. I'm happy. Okay, guys. Thank you for your time. Have a good rest of the day, and see you next time.